This video is about Hilary Putnam's criticism of the logical positivists' distinction between observational and theoretical terms. In part 1 of his article, you've already seen that Hilary Putnam argues that there are no observation terms, which is a very serious criticism of logical positivism. Why is it, according to Putnam, that there are no observation terms? Well, Putnam claims that there do not exist any terms in our language that can only ever refer to observable things. And yet, that is exactly what a logical positivist would claim is true of at least part of our scientific language. So, Putnam claims that what the logical positivists misunderstood is that language doesn't have any limitations in and of itself. Any term in our language can refer to anything at all because there's nothing in the language itself that limits what a term can refer to. We decide what terms refer to. But I really want to focus instead on the second part of Putnam's criticism in this video. Putnam claims that the class of non-observation terms is not equal to the class of theoretical terms. Now, by the class of non-observation terms, all Putnam is talking about is the class or the set of terms in the language of science that are not observation terms, according to what a logical positivist would claim counts as an observation term. And what he's saying about that set of terms that are not observation terms is that that class of things is not equal to the class of theoretical terms, which, if true, would be exactly the opposite of what a logical positivist would want to claim, because a logical positivist would want to claim that the class of non-observation terms is equal to the class of theoretical terms. So to understand Putnam's claim that the class of non-observation terms is not equal to the class of theoretical terms, it might help if we draw a Venn diagram. So this circle represents the class of observation terms, and the overlapping circle here represents the class of theoretical terms. A logical positivist would say that if we take all the terms in science, there's nothing in the overlapping region of O and T, and there's nothing outside the region of both O and T. But Putnam disagrees. He thinks there are terms that are like the term satellite, which is both an observation term and a theoretical term. And then there are terms that are neither observation terms or theoretical terms, such as the term angry or loves. And that's why he concludes that the class of non-observation terms, or the class that is the complement of the class O bar, is not equal to the class T, or the class of theoretical terms. Let's just review that one more time. Why is it that the class of non-observation terms is not equal to the class of theoretical terms? Putnam gives us two counterexamples. First, the term satellite, he says, is an observational term because it denotes something we can see, like an orbiting satellite around the Earth. And yet the term satellite is also a theoretical term because it is part of scientific theoretical language. So this is a counterexample in the sense that Putnam is showing that there exist terms in our language that are both theoretical terms and observation terms. Then there are other kinds of counterexamples. For instance, the term angry is not an observation term because it denotes a state of mind. When we say that someone is angry, we're not literally seeing their anger. We're seeing physical behaviors or expressions that make us infer that the person is angry. So the term angry is not an observational term because it does not denote something that is an observable thing. And yet, the term angry is not a theoretical term because it's part of ordinary language. So Putnam's conclusion is that the logical positivists' observational versus theoretical distinction in language is broken-backed. It simply cannot support logical positivism on its back.